The Guaranteed Rate Bassmaster Elite at St. Lawrence River is sponsored by coverage of the Guaranteed Rate Bassmaster Elite at St. Lawrence River. It's sponsored by Berkeley.
It is my favorite day of the week, Championship Sunday. I want to welcome in all our viewers to the seventh stop of the 2022 Bassmaster Elite Series. And there you see it right there. Nothing's official until the fish hit the scales. But for the first time in history, Jay Shakurik has looked to be the first angler ever, not just in Bassmaster history, in competitive fishing history, to crack the Bassmaster Century Club with 100 pounds and 13 ounces of smallmouth bass. It's never been done before, and the crazy part is, look at that leaderboard. It could happen a few times here today, and we're going to Oahe next. Look out when we get to Oahe, some craziness might happen there. I'm joined by Maddie Wong, our Bass Nation National Champion. But before we get into that, Maddie, let's have a look at what's been going on in the water here today with our Toyota midday report. Catch up all our fine viewers on the doings on this incredible body of water that has showed out in a big, big way. And with the odds-on favorite coming into this event, Corey Johnston had a nightmare day yesterday, but he has had a great day here on Championship Sunday.
Out here on the home body of water, it is incredible to watch what Corey is from this team. And I can definitely learn a thing or two from these guys, and it's incredible what he's able to do and the kind of bag that he's putting together.
Kind of set up, putting them in a very, very scary spot. I mean, he went out in 7th place. His brother Chris went out in 10th place. And they got a lot of weight to make up. But the Johnson brothers, when they got nothing on the line but chasing that dirty 30, they become a scary couple of characters. And it's good to see Corey Johnston having a great day here on Championship Sunday. And man, he has been so close to that title in the past. Can today be the day for Corey Johnston? We've seen so many amazing things happen on this incredible body of water, and one of those things was the biggest smallmouth bass ever weighed in by Paul Mueller. But we're going to talk about Stetson Blaylock first, because Stetson Blaylock had 27 pounds earlier this week, and he's had 100 pounds. I believe he's in the Century Club on Fork a few years ago, but he'd love to join that in smallmouth bass too.
Yeah, who wouldn't, man? Stetson Blaylock is an absolute hammer. It looks like he has a 4.4 that he's looking to get rid of and a 4.6, which, you know, with the look at the rest of his bag, I think it's completely possible, especially as the wind picks up in the rest of the day. I think we can see some fireworks happen from Stetson. I mean, look, it looks like he's fishing out in the lake like a majority of our leaders are, and I mean, like, the look of it, catching smallmouth right on the upper lip is never a bad way to start your day, and just boating giants after giants. What an incredible day Blaylock has had so far.
If it's your first time watching a Great Lakes tournament, I can advise you that it is not normally like this. That flat, calm conditions, those are the days you normally have in pre-fish, and then you show up for the tournament and the wind blasts. Well, we had the opposite this time around. Very little pre-fish because of bad weather, but it has been perfect weather all week long here on the St. Lawrence River in beautiful Clayton, New York. But there's the guy I was excited to see. Weighed in the biggest smallmouth bass in Bassmaster history, a 7.13 when we were here a few years ago back in 2020, and Paul Mueller in the mix again this week.
Incredible. You know, when you have that intuition and that type of history here, like you had said, like being able to catch giant smallmouth, you kind of understand where they live. And oh, I noticed a little rip bait or two.
Right in the box.
I wonder who makes that special little ditty right there. But it looks like he has 2 4-pounders that you can get rid of, but with an average of 5-pound bass, man, this guy, he can definitely make a move. I mean, all it takes is just one other bite, and he can definitely push him up in that leaderboard.
And the afternoon bites on this particular body of water have always been a key part of the day. I mean, I've always said one way we could guarantee that the weights would be bigger is we just changed the takeoff time. Started this at 10 o'clock. We came in at 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm going to tell you that the weights would jump because that afternoon, the later afternoon, they turn on, and they turn on in a big, big way.
I completely agree. When the wind kicks up in the afternoon, these smallmouth want to push up and start feeding, and even if they're out deep, they enjoy to do it. But look at the fellow rookie angler Jay Shakurit is absolutely putting on a clinic. And I mean, look, he's the first one to do it, hit the century mark for smallmouth bass in competitive fishing ever. And I mean, like you were saying earlier, it's not official until they hit the scales, but it's looking like he can beat the first one to do it.
Unbelievable. I mean, we've been so close so many times in the past, and so many historic, smallmouth legends names have been thrown around. But Jay Shakurit looks to be the first one to make history with very little history on this body of water. Never fished it before this week. He's got 3 days of pre-fish and now 4 days of competition, 7 days of fishing, and he will find himself in the history books for years and years to come. And I can't express just how impressive. I mean, there's people that said this would never happen.
Yeah. No, it's really, really special. I mean, it's Jay's first time here on this body of water, and it's incredible for what he's been able to do this week. I mean, it was also my first time here, and I was looking forward to this stop this entire season so far, and it really didn't disappoint. I mean, I obviously wish I was out there fishing a championship Sunday, but what an incredible, incredible fishery.
Matty Wong, our Bass Nation national champion, joining me. And does Jay Shakurit, did he just, I mean, you can leave here being like, well, it was my first time and everything. Jay just destroyed that excuse for you.
Seriously, though. I mean, I need to learn a thing or two out of his playbook. And what I heard a little bit earlier when Alex was talking about it was like on his day one, he only had two pounders in the box, and he had heard something, and just right out of the corner of his eye, watched a 6-pounder chase a minnow out of the water, and that unlocked this Pandora's box, if you will, of incredible smallmouth Disneyland. And, hopefully we can just keep watching these fireworks go.
Yeah. Smallmouth Disneyland has appeared for several anglers here this week. One of the guys who really caught him on semifinal Saturday, North Carolina's Shane LeHew, a 3-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier. But Shane LeHew, every single time we come north, it doesn't matter the smallmouth fishery, whether it's Lake St. Clair, I mean, you name it, he just seems to be in the mix. And we're out with him live right now.
The baby shark is hooked up.
Oh my God, it's a giant. I think. God, they all look big. I don't know.
Bottle rockets. It's incredible when they pick up a bait. All they want to do is take to the sky.
One of the minnow.
Yeah, I actually fished this exact same spot in practice, and there's a outside grass line, and that leads to a sand patch, and the current pulls right around this island, and they are stacked up in there. But for me, I was only able to catch 2.5 and 3 pounders.
I think I found tacos at Disneyland.
Shane LeHew is doing something a
No.
He said he just found tacos Disneyland.
Look at all the gobies he just spit up. Jeez. Spit up 2 gobies.
I'd be really interested to learn more about migrational patterns and seasonal patterns of gobies and what their spawn's like and whatnot.
They spawn like 6 times a year.
It would make sense.
No, really, they can spawn every 30 days.
Wow.
They spawn every 30 days.
They're like freshwater gerbils.
Yeah, I'm sure. Gerbils or bunnies or
any type of small rodent.
Gosh.
It just leads for this incredible forage. And I mean, I got to catch a couple of them this week and really examine them. And the colors that they have are so distinct and unique. But the thing that's really distinct and unique is how soft they are. They don't have any spiny pectoral fins or dorsal fins, and they just slide down the gullet of big old bronze, mean smallie.
They're like a chicken wing, basically.
like a little chicken wing.
Even if you're if you're not hungry, you're like, I'll have a wing.
Yeah, or like 10. Yeah, why not?
Dude, it's incredible.
That is a good fish. Let's see if Shane can call out his 410, which is unofficial on Bass Track right now.
Come on, Hook.
One of the things about gobies, what's this name here?
just like the rest of the field, I feel like this week the drop
She's
shot
long
has been
and
such
not
a
as fat as.
dangerous technique. Well, hopefully that fish. Let's see what he got. Wow, that's a 540, 530. It's bumpy out there, folks. It's a 5-pounder. Either way, he called out one of those fish. That's going to push him up a little bit. But over to Chris Zaldain we go.
He was my pick to be a mover. Like if somebody can come from the back of the pack, it was Zaldain, and he's a long way down the lake.
That's the Canadian side?
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, he probably thinks he's run so far, he's where like nobody fishes.
Yeah.
But he's right near the Bay of Quinte, and which is actually one of the closer spots when you run onto the lake there.
Look at that body language right there. He's just like giving him the leg. He's like, ooh, on.
Oh, works. Maybe you should have given more legs this week.
I think that's what I got to do. I got to wear shorts. Chris Zaldain, see him hooked up right now. Gee. Look at him, just head on a swivel, looking around for followers. I mean, every single time you'd hook into a decent fish this week, if you weren't paying attention, you can miss out on potential multiple other catches.
4 3/4. Same size. I ain't gonna do it.
Doesn't even need to check it.
Nothing to see here.
Just a 3 1/4 pounder.
Zaldain is having a very, very good season. I mean, this is second top 10 in a row. I think he's sitting in 6th place for Angler of the Year right now. And every spot you get up in that Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year leaderboard, you get paid just a little more. And look out, because the fisheries we're going to next, you got to imagine Chris Zaldain's going to catch them there too.
I agree. He's having an incredible season, and he's definitely a vet of the sport. I believe is it his 10th season?
Gotta be getting close. Yeah, I think it probably is his 10th season.
That's incredible.
$4 right now. Our tournament leader, Jay Shakurit, Stetson Blaylock, Paul Mueller, and Chris Zaldain. And Jay is remarkably calm. You know, all week, all season watching him, but like a lot of people can be calm in a lot of situations, but when you're poised to make history like he is here today, it's amazing how calm he is. I got to believe some of that comes from hooked up live right now, but I got to believe a lot of that comes from his dad. I mean, his dad is a full-time walleye pro, has won Angler of the Year title there multiple times. Oh boy.
It doesn't matter. You can just tell the size of one of these smallies. When they start kicking and you can see their head shake, you can tell. And like, he's not able to gain anything on that fish. Right? They do what they want.
Smallest fish is a 4-pounder. Pesky 4-pounder.
Anywhere else in the country, we'd be more than happy to see a 4, but not here on Championship Sunday where you're trying to get rid of a 4-pound smallmouth.
This is bigger than 4 by the looks of things.
And look, I'm gonna say probably like a 5 1/4.
Wow.
That's just what I'm gonna say. It's my guess, without even looking at it. I can feel it.
All of the amazing smallmouth anglers, innovators, people who have,
Come on.
long before the GPS and any electronics, have figured out these fish, but all of the amazing names, you throw them around, it doesn't matter who you want to talk about. Steve Clapper, so many amazing, Dick Garlock from this very river, so many amazing trailblazing smallmouth anglers, all the anglers that are smallmouth specialists on tour. And Jay Shakurit has done something that nobody in history has done. And he might just be doing it a little bit better right now.
That's incredible. It's truly incredible. I mean, I come from the West Coast where we got a bunch of legends out that way.
Unbelievable.
That is a healthy one. So casually just
That's like a 5.5
strolls around with
pounder.
it. I'd be making out with that fish right now.
I'm saying 5.5. I think you're low at 5.25. But I mean, you did. It was 150 feet from the vault when you guessed that. So if it's anywhere in that neighborhood, I am very impressed with your Kretzkin skills. Matty Wong have been able to do many things, but now we're learning how good he is at
5.25.
guessing. Let's look.
Boom!
I think so. Yeah. Wow.
It's interesting seeing him put on scales versus pole beaming. That's a dangerous game right there.
I'm not going to judge anything he does at this point.
I mean, I'm going to because I'm jealous, but I would have so much anxiety just taking a look test. I mean, these fish here, I've numerous fish this week. I'm super glad I put them on the scale.
I'm just double checking right now, just making sure there's not something, because it goes through your mind. I mean, maybe there's one I missed.
Well, as Jay figures out which one to call out, let's take a look at our leaderboard today. And look at this stacked board we got here, guys.
Wow, look at those weights. Just forget where we are and look at those weights through the whole top 10. This is a smallmouth bass derby.
Unreal.
And Jay Shakuret, I think his weight might be a little bit more than that right now. And I'm also going to go online and say Corey Johnston is lowballing and his weight's a little higher. It's going to be a lot of fun to see this all go down.
Hang out and stick around with us, and we'll see you guys in a few.